there's a huge shadow cast over our community, the psychedelic community, which is, in my view, that we are unable to recognize that we are just replacing one crutch for another crutch. We're replacing one addictive behavior pattern for another addictive behavior pattern and labeling it as, this is the new silver bullet, essentially. And I say that with awe and respect and reverence for the psychedelic elements and substances and plant medicine and teachers in their own right, which have been such an instrumental part of my journey as well. Psilocybin mushroom was my teacher that essentially took me on a path, a winding path, a very long path of finding my own center. So I'm forever grateful, and yet I recognize the addictive nature of human beings whenever they're not fully centered in their own power, in their own core, and trying to fill a void, trying to escape from the present moment, from the direct experience, from the discomfort that is a constituent part of us being in the three-dimensional material plane, which essentially boils down to us being human as well as, the divine. So consolidating those two things is usually very, very painful, very stressful, very anxiety causing for most individuals. And I can definitely attest to, the addictive patterns, the destructive, the unhealthy behavior patterns that I have upheld for a lot of my life, and have only recognized that regardless of the nature of the substance, it is the common denominator, the thin red line that weaves across all of that is the experiencer. So yeah, absolutely with you on the ability or whatever biological predispositions that allow you to be more easily and more frequently in a trance or in an non-ordinary state of consciousness, which is something that I also resonate with and have been able to have for all of my life. And I really felt alone for the majority of my life in being able to see things from a different lens and experience things on a deeper level, and feeling as if I'm insane to some extent for not being able to receive or not being able to sense that reflection in others or have that confirmation that validates this experience for me. So yeah, with having said that, I absolutely see that the integration, what do you do after the experience of the highs, the heavens above? What do you see doing afterwards? How does that really impact your decisions in life, your thinking, your feeling, and what do you make of it? What do you take from that? What do you digest? What do you integrate into your daily life that constitutes your human direct experience of life? And it's such a fine dance, a fine balancing act to be able to hold that frequency, that intensity, and the entire spectrum of experience, and walking this dense realm, a very dense energy of the material plane of existence, including all of the hellish, the underworld, the darkness, the void. So here's to us being human and not being human, Here's to the paradoxes in life, the ultimate inability of us to actually wrap our minds around the totality of being, and yet not being discouraged from attempting to distill and synthesize and transmit to others our own personal experiences in life, and be a testament to that, and walk and act and perform the greatest act, which is the show, the art of our being. That's the truly artistic, creative undertone of everything that I've essentially experienced so far in life. I would say that I consider us as human beings essentially in the co-creator's seat, ultimately always, whether consciously or unconsciously, creating the subjective experiences of life, not only for ourselves, but for those around us as well. And when it all boils down to the gist of it, it seems that creation is the name of the game. And with that, I consider us human beings as, an apple is to an apple tree. So what are the fruits that we bear? What are the creations that come forth from our unique subjective experience of life? And how do we reflect that back onto the mandala of existence itself? So with that, oh wow, I'm across the 7-minute mark. I'm feeling very verbose today, it seems. Yeah, with that, I'm sending you a very, very warm bear hug from the alchemical capital.